Welcome to the Health and Wellness Conference. And today we are blessed to have Richard Zierkowski, Dr. Z, he told me that everybody can call him, for the relief back and neck pain. And I'm going to just tell you a little bit about Dr. Z. He's a graduate of the New York Chiropractic College, where he obtained his Doctor of Chiropractic in 1998. He's certified in the following: the Corin technique in 2007, the Kennedy decompression technique in 2008, the neuromechanical technique in 2009, and the Witten technique in 2014. He was the first to provide affordable decompression to Western New York. He's the owner of both Universal Chiropractic and South Buffalo Chiropractic. His chiropractic's focus is on cooperative multidisciplinary care, patient-centered quality treatment, and in-depth post-surgical spine rehab. His passion is in living a healthy lifestyle and encouraging his patients to do the same. His mission is to help ensure that his patients have the highest possible quality of life, to improve their health through their personal dedication and cutting-edge medical technology, to help them heal without surgery in the most affordable manner possible. I'd like to welcome Richard Z, or Dr. Z.
Thanks for having me here today. This is a great event. Hopefully everybody's able to pull some useful information, not only from my class, but all the other classes and vendors present today. For myself, I feel I was fortunate to be exposed to chiropractic at a young age. Not only to get a head start in life on helping patients, but to incorporate a lot of concepts and philosophies, to myself and for myself. And when I started looking into chiropractic, I always thought it was interesting on, how somebody can go to a doctor and the doctor can help them naturally, give them advice, on how to improve their health and their well-being, and help them with, neck and low back pain and a variety of other elements. And as I was putting material together today for this class, I was thinking, well, maybe I can, provide you guys with some useful tips and, some things that you can actually take home to help yourselves if you have, some neck or low back pain, but also maybe into, some basic tips on how to improve your overall health and well-being. So I basically broke the presentation down into three segments where, initially we're going to just talk about pain, and how the body is naturally designed to heal. And then we're going to get into a bunch of different, topics and different tips, that I'm going to provide, for everybody here. And then after that, I'm going to go into different techniques that are out there, and then hopefully we have some time for some Q&As. So the topic is relieving back pain and neck pain naturally. Okay, so I'm just going to go over some statistics with you first. Just kind of some of them are a little bit of an eye opener. On how much, back pain can actually, affect people and how much is affecting our society in general. Worldwide, back pain is the single leading cause of disability, preventing many people from engaging in work as well as other day activities. Back pain is the most common reason for missed work. 1/2 of all working Americans admit to having back pain symptoms each year. Back pain accounts for more than 264 million lost work days in 1 year. That's 2 work days for every full-time worker in the country. Experts estimate that 80% of the population will experience back pain at some point in their lives. Okay. Back pain is also the 3rd most common reason for visits to your doctor behind skin disorders and arthritic conditions. Most cases of back pain are mechanical or non-organic, meaning they were not caused by serious conditions such as inflammatory arthritis and so forth. So what that means, most back pain is just brought on from maybe altered activities of daily living, maybe not having your body's healing potential, brought up to a certain, degree or a certain level. So that's pretty interesting. Most people think that back pain is brought on from some form of trauma, but most of it is just, certain things that, can be prevented. And that's what we're going to spend a lot of time talking about. A couple more stats we'll go over, and we'll talk about pain in general. But worldwide, years lived with disability caused by low back pain have increased by 54% since 1990 to 2015. Thought that was pretty interesting too. As our society is as we're evolving in society, why are we starting to become crippled more with back pain? I think, if we look at what we're doing all day, we're on the computers, we're on our cell phones, we're not maybe as active as much as we used to. That could be why that number is trending so high. Low back pain costs Americans at least $50 billion in healthcare costs each year. And in lost wages and decreased productivity, that figure easily rises to over $100 billion. It's pretty amazing how much back pain affects us as a society. I don't think we think about that as much as as we should. But so we're going to get into pain and why we actually have it. Pain is an unpleasant sensation and emotional experience linked to tissue damage. And this is coming from Medical News Today. This is why I pulled it up for this particular sentence. Its purpose is to allow the body to react and prevent further tissue damage. So if you think about that, when you're having pain, that's your body's way of telling you, hey, there's something going on here. We need to address this. And I think what's happening as a society is well, let's just block that pain. It's I don't want to think about it. I don't want to deal with it. We live such a busy, hectic lifestyle that we don't have time for it. So I think we miss that component of why we have pain. It's our body's way of telling us, hey, there's an issue here. Let's try to focus on that. And then we feel pain when a signal is sent through the nerve fibers to the brain for interpretation. Our bodies are designed to heal. I think our bodies are amazing, are just amazing things to have. I mean, you can talk about computers, you can talk about advancements in technologies, but I think we overlook how remarkable, how miraculous our human bodies are. And I think we overlook the fact that we are naturally designed to heal. Just a couple of basic examples. If we cut our arm, we're not going to bleed to death. There's physiological processes that are going to take place that are going to help that cut. But then, we also have to be aware that, we do need assistance in certain times to promote our body's ability to heal. So say if that cut needed bandages, we need to assist our body to heal to maximize that healing potential. If we break a bone, break a bone in our arm, over time, that fracture will heal. Our bodies are designed to heal. But depending on the seriousness of that fracture, we may need, a cast to support it. So, I think it's important to understand that, our bodies will heal, but there's certain scenarios where we can help that natural process from taking, to take place. So when we develop neck or low back pain, we utilize medicine or different therapies to relieve the pain that's only facilitating the body's natural body to heal within itself. So we have neck or back pain, we want to use other therapies. It's important to think of those as to help facilitate our body's natural concepts or natural abilities to heal. So now I'm going to just go over some basic things that I think are overlooked, and these things are geared toward improving our overall health, but we hear these things, but on why we should do that. So I'm going to get into the reason behind it. But as we use these things to improve our overall health, they're also helpful to preventing back pain or neck pain, or if we have pain, to reduce that pain. So we talk about hydration. You hear that all the time. Do we drink enough water? A healthy person needs 30 to 50 ounces of fluids per day. Drinking fluids is crucial to staying healthy and maintain the function of every system in your body, including your heart, your brain, and your muscles. And the importance of being hydrated is it carries nutrients to our bodies. And one of the questions I always get from patients is, well, how much water should I really be drinking? If you're drinking a lot of products that actually dehydrate the body, like coffee, you need to increase that water intake a little bit more. And tips that I give to patients, to increase their hydration is, have a glass of water with every meal. There's 3 glasses right there. And then when you wake up in the morning, if you can't drink a full glass of water before your coffee, have a half a glass of water. And then maybe a half a glass of water at night. But there's different tips and tools that you can utilize just to make sure you're staying hydrated. And when you think about back pain, why is it important to stay hydrated? In between each of our vertebrae will sit our discs. Okay, everybody knows what a disc is. And our discs are made up of there's two layers. There's a cartilage ring, and then in the center part of the disc, it's called the nucleus pulposus. And that nucleus pulposus is made up of water. So it's mainly made up of water. So the more hydrated we are as a person, the more hydrated that nucleus pulposus is. So when somebody has chronic back pain, and we're going over a lot of different reasons why they're having it, and I ask them, well, are you drinking enough water? They're like, I don't drink water. Well, that could be a component of why they're even there in the first place. That nucleus pulposus is craving water, craving to be hydrated. And if you think about it, over the whole layer of your spine, if each disc is dehydrated, or that nucleus pulposus, doesn't get fully hydrated, we start to shrink. So when we get older, our bones don't actually shorten. It's those discs that are losing space because they're not fully not fully hydrated. So if you ever got an X-ray of your spine or an MRI, and you start to see that disc space is narrowing down, it could be that you haven't been hydrated enough to keep that nucleus pulposus full. So then we talk about sleep. When you close your eyes and you fall asleep, your brain can attend to other issues within your body. If there are areas that need to heal, the brain can trigger the release of hormones that encourage tissue growth and repair blood vessels. This helps wounds to heal faster and also restores our damaged muscles. While you sleep, your body can make more white blood cells that can attack viruses and bacteria that can hinder the healing process. So when we're sleeping, our bodies are actually healing. And, and I think, like we talked about earlier, we're caught up in this busy lifestyle. I don't think we put enough value to our sleep. And the common question I get with patients, well, how much sleep do I need? And everybody's different. The textbook is going to say 6 to 8 hours, but the way I look at it is, do you feel tired? If you're tired, that's your body's way of telling you need more sleep. If you feel like you need to drink coffee or caffeinated products throughout the course of the day to keep yourself alert and awake, that's your body's way of telling you need sleep. And you could be missing out on your body's ability to heal because we're not getting proper sleep.